Sorry, I just want to add that. Hello and welcome to the Inner Gamer On. My name is Brayton Oski.
I'm Austin Morales.
And I'm Dane Batesel.
Today, we are going to be talking about so we are halfway through the year, believe it or not. Like, we're about to start August. I mean, we're like halfway through July. It's crazy. I don't know what's happened. It's moving so fast.
It's been a rough year for video games in the sense that there's so many video games.
Yeah, there's so many.
Too many.
So we're going to talk about our collective top 5 games of the first half of 2018. And then we're going to go into talking about our individual top 3 most anticipated games for the second half of 2018. So let's jump right in to the first half. So we started out strong, right? Like January, we started off with Celeste and Monster Hunter World. I want to start with Celeste because Celeste came out on the Switch, blew our minds.
What a story.
Climbing, dealt with depression, like incredibly hard platformer. Like that game was something else.
Oh, man.
Instant, like everybody was talking game of the year until God of War, of course.
Yeah, until God of War
we'll talk
came
about in a second. But yeah.
Celeste had this really interesting story that really kind of, you don't realize what you're getting into until you get into it. And then it grabs you by the hooks and just keeps you there. And the gameplay is fast paced and it's addicting for some odd reason, which is a game that I would never want to pick up. But after seeing Devin play it, I was like, I got to play this. And now it's just like, you just want to keep going for some reason. You keep failing and failing. It's like the quick version of Dark Souls, which is actually more entertaining than Dark Souls. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Screw Dark Souls, yeah.
Exactly.
Devin.
Yeah, I love Celeste. It's a blast to play, and it's incredibly challenging. But every death, you learn from that death. Like you learn what you did wrong, and you can get a little bit better and better. And you may have died 40 times trying to get past this little section.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of it, you're like, all right, I achieved something. So I feel like going back to the beginning would be super easy because I've done so much up to that point that I know that yeah, I mean, it just give me that much better. So it's a quality game for sure.
Yeah.
One of the other games on our list, as we mentioned earlier, well, actually after that, so after Celeste came out, we had Monster Hunter World. So that was the next big game. That was like, damn, this is going to be game of the year. Monster Hunter World was amazing. This was like a more accessible Monster Hunter game that came out on PlayStation 4 exclusively. And I think we played a lot of it. I mean, I put in at least 40 hours, which for me is a lot. So it was intense, and like the monsters were incredibly gratifying to take down and kill. Like going up against the Anjanath for the first time, I was like, you son of a bitch, you're going to go down. I'm going to take you down. And I'm going to get all your skin so I can make armor out of it and rub it in your face.
That was a very addictive gameplay mechanic. Very Destiny. We had to grind for gear and stuff like that. But this was way more satisfying. You had to actually, it's better to play with friends. You can plan out how you're going to take this beast down. You can swap out weapons and stuff and kind of like coordinate, which is a lot better co-op as a co-op mechanic. And then going into town and like seeing what else you need, and then for the world to start opening up and the monsters start getting harder, and then having the bounties. They're called bounties, or no? They weren't bounties, but
bounties.
Were they? Okay, yeah.
They have bounties and they have challenges. And there's one other thing in there. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, bounties were
something like that.
You would add the bounties and just carry them out as time went on. Yeah. Then the daily challenge, or not daily challenge, but the weekly challenges that were like kill 5 of these guys and 2 of these guys, and then turn it in and you get rewards. So it was pretty cool. Dane, did you ever play a Monster Hunter game?
No, did not.
I've heard the originals were very, very hard. And
like Dark Souls.
yeah. And then like just very complicated in how you set it up. Like this one, like it's very plain. Like you didn't have to worry about inventory management, which I hate.
I hear you hate inventory management.
It's so bad. And this one handled it pretty well.
You had to do it.
But like you didn't have to worry about, okay, I ran out of space as much, which was really nice.
I actually ran out of space all the time.
Oh, really? Yeah. I never did. I was magic like that. So good. It was just like, I got all the space. Yeah, I picked up stuff, but then I consumed it pretty easily, or I spent it on like gear often. Right. And then I would dismantle all my gear because I was like, I don't need this thing anymore. Like, who needs great Jargus armor when you got Anjanath armor? stuff like that. So
And the
Yargus.
progression was good too, because starting off trying to kill the Angie Nass was like, oh gosh, this guy's so hard. You see these other animals or other monsters, and you're just like, I'm never going to be able to get to the point where I can defeat them. Obviously, you need friends to help you out, and then eventually you get that armor and upgrade that armor, then you become more powerful. Then you go out and like these monsters early on that were seemingly very powerful became very weak very quickly. Then you get to the big guy, which I forgot his name. What was his name?
Big guy.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I forget his name. It's been a while.
But I don't remember his name.
The big dragon guy is like, that was where it was at.
Oh, wait. No, I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
There was two of them.
Yes, there was two of them.
Yeah.
Rathian. The one was a Rathian.
Rathian.
I forgot what the other one was.
Yeah, that's right. So then this was all January, which is crazy. So then we have a little bit of downtime, and then God of War comes out. God of War, where they take this big badass and make him into a father. It's like a much more personal story. One camera shot.
Oh,
Everybody here at this table played it.
Yep.
oh,
God of War. How did that impact your life?
Made me glad to dust off my PS4 again finally.
Yes.
I haven't played my PS4 in quite some time.
Man.
And bringing that back out, it's been a long time since I played the God of War games too, but I thought that was an awesome update to such a great title. That just the storytelling, the way that the scenes are so epic in the first place with the mythology of gods and everything else. They do such a phenomenal job of just making that a beautiful and awesome game to play. And I think they just nailed it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
that gameplay, it's just, but you make you feel really powerful. And some of those scenes did. I actually cried. For one scene. It was just that dynamic between father and son, and
no spoilers.
Yeah, I won't spoil too much.
I would not have believed if you told me that they can make God of War and make it like Last of Us and have like a father, child relationship that you actually believed and understood and felt. I would not have believed that. And I think to do that with a character like Kratos, like that's an unbelievable accomplishment.
Right.
And then everything else in the game was just great. The gameplay mechanics, fighting, and the story, everything else was awesome.
Bring that axe back in your hand.
Ugh.
That's great.
Jeez.
Boy. Get over here, boy.
You got a pretty mouth.
Don't think that was in the God of War.
No, it's
I don't
not.
know if that was either. I was like, what?
The way you were saying boy, it was
What
not.
boys are you talking to?
Boy.
No, I'm not talking no boys.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Okay.
So,
anyway.
yeah, that was awesome.
So, yeah, God of War. Then
Definitely.
after that.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
One last thing. It's definitely my contender for game of the year. Like, it is a number one right now.
Yeah. Yeah. My contender is definitely The Crew 2. No, I'm just kidding. I never played it because everybody said it wasn't very good.
I will leave this podcast.
Yeah. But then we had a special game in our hearts that is a renewed game, a sequel called Warhammer Vermintide 2.
It actually came out before God of War.
Either way.
Yeah.
Did it
Just
really?
for the fun. Yeah, they did.
Oh, man.
Because we played that a lot, and then eventually God of War came out.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, I didn't play it till way after.
Exactly. So for you, this is exactly how it came out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Warhammer Vermintide 2, the sequel to Vermintide 1, basically Left 4 Dead with the Warhammer universe. And it is remarkable. And I finally got to play it.
Good for you.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Good for you.
I played the beta, but I didn't play the actual game itself until recently. And it's a lot of fun. I love it.
Updated graphics, updated AI, updated enemies, newer type enemies. Boss battles or like the boss creatures are so much more dynamic and powerful. We're playing on veteran recently, and man, some of those bosses, like, it requires a lot of work. And the loot system is much more dynamic, although you still can't get the you're supposed to have cosmetics, but apparently the loot the RNG for that is like super low, like 4% of the time. So I had a friend who was talking to me about it, which is this minor complaint. It's just that he's opened like 200 of those chests, and he hasn't got a single piece of cosmetic.
Really?
So most of it is just you get gear, and then you can break that down into components, and then use that to reroll stats and create gear, and then upgrade gear and stuff like that. It was really cool, and they've really refined a lot of it. So it's a lot more streamlined from Vermintide 1. So, especially if you like co-op games, like, this is a really cool game to sit down with your friends, have a good time, It's not too stressful, and you have a lot of great moments that you can talk about. Unlike Brett doesn't have any.
I had some good moments last time.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we only played the same map 3 times, but that was okay.
That's true. That's true.
Because what was that? A bounty or the reward
quick
you
play.
got?
It was quick play.
Well, I mean, no, but you got the reason we did quick play was because you were getting some kind of challenge achievement for doing it. Yeah,
better rewards at the end.
Dang it!
So
annoying.
It's a great little co-op game or multiplayer co-op game for your friends, which definitely is something we played a lot of this year.
I think it's on Xbox.
Yes,
I believe
it is on Xbox.
Yeah.
I believe it's on PlayStation.
It's not a play anywhere, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
it doesn't like crossplay.
Yeah.
like I wish it would. But it's
There's no.
Would you get it if it's crossplay?
Yeah,
yeah.
but I have a PS4 also, so
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Do you have
well,
Vermintide
that's
1?
definitely not crossplay. PS4.
Did you play Vermintide 1?
No.
Okay. Is this your kind of game? Did you
It's
play
on
Left
my
4
list.
Dead?
Oh yeah, I love Left
Okay,
4 Dead.
awesome.
Played the crap out of it. It was
Awesome.
amazing.
Yeah,
That was a
This
great game.
is-
Still waiting for Left 4 Dead 3, but you know how Valve is. They don't make third versions.
They don't
No,
make
they don't.
threes.
They
do
just
not make threes.
they don't do anything.
Yeah.
I'll take a Left 4 Dead 2.5. That's fine.
yeah, please,
something like
please.
You know what's interesting? Somebody made a comment the other day that I found very fascinating. I did not think about this before, but like the whole reason Steam ever became popular because they were talking about like how people get buy-in to systems and stuff like that. And the whole reason Steam became a thing, because Steam was garbage when it first came out. I don't know if you guys ever played Steam when it like originally launched, like way back in 2013 or whatever. But it was trash, like the worst possible application ever. But you had to have it to play Half-Life 2. Like you were required to have Steam installed to play Half-Life 2. So that was how they got all the massive buy-in because that game was amazing.
Right.
And then every game thereafter, so when CS Source came out, like that required Steam to play. And it was like, holy shit. I never like put that together until recently that's how they made such a huge phenomenon.
And that's now how everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Create their own little
ecosystem. Like,
program and I'll put all their
Battlefield,
games.
you got to have Origin. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Ugh. Damn it, Steam.
So last of the top 5 that we have here, there wasn't any particular order. There was a release date order, but then I screwed that up. So sorry, everybody. But last game came out in May. Detroit Become Human from Quantic Dream. Austin and I have played that extensively. Austin's beat it. I'm almost there. Almost there. I normally don't beat games, but this will be beat.
Beaten.
And maybe beaten again
Man.
till it dies.
Okay.
But I think they unlock the ability where you can go back to certain chapters and play that one as opposed to having to start over from the beginning.
Oh,
Because
that's
there's some
cool.
chapters that I just don't really care to play again because it's just like one path.
Right.
But then the ones that have like huge branching paths, I'm like, yes, I want to go back and play that. And that was, I mean, the story was intriguing. Like this whole world, the world that they built was really cool. Cyberlife, is in Detroit. You buy androids to cook, clean for you. You can even buy androids that are like your girlfriend and stuff like that. Like all these different android types and models you could buy for different prices to live with you. And then eventually there's these 3 different pathways that are completely different narratives that all intertwine and tie in together. And I'm assuming they're going to come to a big, huge, like massive collaboration at the very end. But they're so different. Like one is like a story about a revolution. One is a story about just an android trying to protect this little girl. And another is a story about a like detective android who is conflicted with, following the rules or going with, like, should I save a human or not? Those kinds of things, even if it means that I break a rule. So it's like these crazy moral dilemmas that come into play at every turn that you have to act quick on it. And it's like, all right.
So choice is huge in this game, which is they've evolved the way a narrative choice is made in video games, I think. Would you agree with that?
Oh, totally.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I would
There's so many outcomes.
do this.
The replayability is super high on this. Now, gameplay wise, there's not much to it. I mean, it's all just kind of walk around and then make quick decisions, which I don't know, it's more on the lines of a Telltale game to a degree if you're into that.
A little bit more evolved than Telltale, thank goodness. But you walk around the world, you use your little joystick to make funky movements with the joystick, and then you use the touchpad to swipe things. And then sometimes you like yank your joystick up to use the gyroscope controls. But yeah, that's about the extent of it. But as far as player choice goes, like this is one of the few games that I play that actually makes me feel like my player choice mattered.
Oh yeah.
Or my player choice I got pissed off by. I was like, no, that's not what I wanted to have happen.
A few times you pick something, but it's not what you thought it would be, which I think will always be an issue for choice games like this. Like it's just hard to. You can't have every choice possible.
Can't make every right decision.
That's true.
We all make bad decisions.
As is life. As is life. You learn from your mistakes. So that is our top 5 in no particular order of the first half of 2018. So let's pivot now to our top 3 most anticipated games of the second half of 2018. Starting with number 3. So we're going to do a roundtable fashion here.
I have no order for this.
Okay. Well, make an order now. Get ready. Order. Okay, we can just go around the table.
Okay.
So no particular order, but our top 3 most anticipated games from each person.
Should each person just say the top 3 and then we just go from there? Just have a little discussion?
No, I like to jump around.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So we'll do Dane first.
Okay.
We got, what's your first top 3?
I'm most looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2. That's kind of a no-brainer. The original was such a phenomenal game, just unbelievable game, and I can't wait to go back and revisit that again. I've wanted to go back and replay that game, just haven't had a chance, but this is going to be, I'm pretty excited about it. One of my favorite things in Red Dead Redemption was playing online with my buddies and just running them over with horses to watch the ragdoll physics of them tumbling all over the dusty road. So I'm
typical Rockstar ragdoll physics.
Yeah,
I don't like Rockstar's like movement animations.
Yeah.
Gameplay movement. Has that been an issue with anybody? Especially in like GTA.
Ironically,
Like,
they're kind of similar.
clunky.
They're kind of similar to Detroit Become Human. Because those are clunky. Like when you like,
but you could. It's easier that way. I feel like in GTA and with Red Dead, it's kind of something weird about it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you're just weird. It's okay.
I am
it's
weird.
Fine. Yeah, no, Red Dead Redemption. Like the online multiplayer of that one was impressive for the time. Like they did some really cool stuff, and I'm really anxious to see them reveal what they're going to do with this next one because they got to take it a step up. And it's been like what 10, 15 years, or whatever.
It's been forever, I think.
The last one came out, like it's
Yeah, the last one came out actually in the Old West era in the 1800s. That's when the first Red Dead Redemption came out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The early 1800s.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific you're looking forward to?
Just pretty much all of it. I love
just all of it.
I mean, it had a great story, campaign, good.
Right,
I mean, if you haven't played it by now, then there's no real spoilers because I don't know what you've been waiting for. But I mean, it had a great twist at the end, like the way that played out. And, they really just nailed it because I don't think people were expecting like Grand Theft Auto Western to work at all. And everything they did was just great, from horses and carriages and trains and everything to those ways to get around to getting mauled by cougars constantly, which was hilarious and also terrifying.
Yeah.
So many things just were amazing about that game. And I'm pretty sure, Rockstar can manage to surpass what they've done before.
I agree.
I'm curious to know like how much mature this game will be because I was actually watching some clips and stuff from the last one, and some of the characters seem like over the top, kind of zany, wonky thing, which is fine. Like I think it works for that setting, especially back then. So I don't know if they're gonna choose like a more mature all the way through. I mean, obviously you're gonna have some comedic stuff along the way, but I don't know. It just seems like it's a video game. It doesn't have to be realistic, but it's like kind of remote. Like I don't know.
I bet it'll be a lot more serious than Grand Theft Auto is. Because Grand Theft Auto is pretty zany in a lot of places.
That's true, yeah.
But I bet they're definitely going to take a more serious tone with everything. But then I think multiplayer will have some zany elements to it.
Yeah,
I would think that they would kind of stretch that out a little bit and make it bonkers.
Right. Either way, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. That's also on my top 3 list. I'm super excited about Red Dead Redemption. It's going to be a hard year for Game of the Year because this. But the other problem is we don't know much about Red Dead Redemption 2. So knowing Rockstar, their pedigree is like top-notch games left and right. But we have God of War that's in there. Like that's going to be tough to dethrone. But I don't know. Red Dead Redemption's got it in it.
And it's going to have high expectations. Red Dead Redemption definitely.
Exactly.
It's going to have just massive expectations.
It's almost got to be perfection.
Which I don't.
Cyberpunk.
I don't really feel like the first one had that going into it.
No.
I think people are just like, cool, another Rockstar game. Like, I don't really know if I'm going to like it. Running around the country all the time.
That could help its chances for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
No one has any expectations.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
could blow people out the water.
No. Like this
Yeah,
one does
this one
have
was
expectations.
Super high expectations.
Yeah, like
first
everybody's
one didn't,
expecting like
as well.
greatness.
Oh,
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, the first one was like nobody knew what this game was going to be about because it's brand new IP, and now it's like everybody knows that the first one was amazing, and now it's like this one needs to be even more amazing.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah,
So that's going to be tough.
I have no
them.
expectations.
Well, then you'll probably really like it. Then.
I
So
hope
that'll
so.
be easy for you.
Yeah.
But for people with high expectations, I think that,
Yeah.
the higher your expectations, the easier it is to disappoint you.
Right.
So,
'Cause
they,
for me,
just
like
gotta make it
they
right.
haven't revealed too much about the story. I think there's enough there to be like, okay, cool. But like, there's so much more that's being left out, which I don't have a clear picture of. Like, I know the visuals are going to be great. Obviously, we know some about the characters and kind of like the gameplay and how it's going to work. But
well, yeah,
It's nothing like-
I'm surprised they haven't shown any gameplay footage yet.
Right.
Like from the perspective of the player.
Yep.
Like they've showed stuff that's in game, but not anything that's like, okay, here's what your player looks like. I'm
Right.
sure. I bet. I wonder if we're even going to see anything until the game comes out. 'Cause,
They'll
like,
this
we have-
point-
probably tease it as they get closer.
It's like
to build,
Gamescom's coming up,
yeah,
but
yeah.
there
it could
isn't.
be.
But I don't know why they would do it at Gamescom. I feel like they're just going to
It's
like a
pretty
month
big.
beforehand. They're just going to have a bunch of press drops. They're going to reach out to all the press and be like, "All right, y'all, let's do gameplay demos and like
I don't
show
even-
off all this stuff."
Yeah.
Because they're not going to
At
just
this
release
point-
it without you knowing anything about it.
But at this point, they should have already released something. If they haven't released it now, I mean, we're so close to launch, you might as well just not even release anything.
I kind of feel like they always do that though, because like Grand Theft Auto 5, you didn't really know a lot about how it was going to play out, or you did know it was 3 characters, but
Yeah.
really not much beyond that. Rockstar doesn't really let a lot of the story elements out into the
Yeah.
open beforehand. So
I
I'm cool with that.
just to keep it
Yeah.
kind of, for the players to explore on their own.
when does
So,
it come out? October or November?
I believe
trying
it's
to remember.
October.
Yeah, because so with that, what I think is going to happen, I think the tipping point.
October 26th.
Okay, so October 26th. I bet you in September, the September cover issue of Game Informer is going to be all about Red Dead Redemption, and that's
yeah.
going to be the tipping point where it's going to like, okay, everything is coming out for that. It's, Game Informer always gets like the top hot topics and stuff like that. Destiny 2 Forsaken's on the next cover, so like they got that thing coming out. After that, like there's not many things left. They've already done Spider-Man. They could do Fallout. They could do Battlefield, but I'm sure
Yeah.
like one of those is gonna be Red Dead Redemption.
I don't see them doing Fallout actually.
Yeah. So, all right, Austin, what's one of yours here?
I'll do Fallout 76.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited about it. Yes, RDR2 would be on my list. Again, obviously, I don't want to reiterate anything I've already said, but Fallout 76, obviously, I love Fallout. I love Bethesda. I was a little iffy on this at first, but now that I've kind of know more information about it, like I'm really pumped. It's awesome that we're going to play together. The world's going to be gigantic, so I'm curious. I still don't know how the quests are going to happen because apparently this is like a full Bethesda game with quests and stuff. So,
Yep.
but be able to jump in there with friends is what I've been wanting to do for a while, and everything seems like it's going to fit well. And I love Fallout, so it's just yay.
Hooray.
That's about it.
Hey,
All right, Dane, number 2.
number 2. I'm going to go with Forza Horizon 4. I've got a kind of a different variety of games I'm looking forward to. And I would say Fallout would be on mine, but I just had a hard time with the last one. The
Understandable.
always needing settlements to fix and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I'm looking forward to Forza Horizon 4. I've always liked racing genre has always been fun for me. And I really like the way that they did this initially with the first Forza game, because for Forza Horizon, that is. I really like the way that progressed and the open world feel of it. It's just the one thing I think that really stands out against other racing games.
Yeah. It's much more accessible than Forza Motorsport for sure. And
Yeah.
Microsoft needed that bad.
And that definitely was a huge help, is to have a relatively open world. I thought that definitely made it me interested in the racing games again. So I'll be interested to see how they do with Forza Horizon 4, because I don't think I really played much of 3. Definitely did
you?
1 and 2.
No, it's funny. I bought it and then I bought the DLC for it and I never played hardly any of it. Like
Nice.
I bought the Hot Wheels DLC because I thought that was so cool. And
Nice.
but it's available on a Play Anywhere now, so I have it installed on my PC.
okay,
So I'm gonna play it on
yeah,
there
yeah.
before 4 comes out. So yeah, but no, I'm really hyped about that too.
I'm actually considering getting it because I loved what was it? What was the other one back in the day? I keep forgetting the name
Need
of
for
it.
Speed,
No, the other one.
Test Drive Unlimited.
Test Drive Unlimited. Yeah, I was really into that. Like that was a lot of fun. My computer could handle it, so I quit. But this one definitely play with friends, run around the world. I'm glad more games are going that way. Like that just seems like a natural progression.
Yeah. No,
Brett?
it's going to be a lot of fun. But this is probably my most anticipated that I'm going to talk about. But Spider-Man. Freaking Spider-Man. The amazing Spider-Man.
Heck yeah.
Webbing around the city, fighting bad guys, beautiful graphics, PS4, bringing it back. Oh, damn.
How long have you been waiting for this?
You can't even put it into words, it seems like.
Right?
No,
Yeah, I know.
No. I think I've been waiting for it since the last one came out, whenever that was. Like many years ago on PS2.
Wow.
So that's some history there. Yeah. And this game, it's just, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so like Spider-Man is so cool. I'm watching Spider-Man Homecoming right now. I'm almost done with it, and I really like it a lot. So it's getting me kind of pumped about the release of this.
Heck yeah.
And once I jump into it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, web swing. This.
See, I don't know. I know the story's gonna be compelling, and they have a lot of good enemies to battle. But I feel like the first thing I'm gonna do is just jump around the city and be like, yeah.
Like I don't care about the story. I'm just gonna jump around the city.
Yeah.
Until that gets boring, and then I'll like, okay, I'll maybe
there's gonna be streams of people just flying around the city doing whatever. Just
I bet they'll have speed runs and stuff like that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Time trials where you can see how beat people's time and everything. But
I was gonna wait to do Spider-Man, but that's definitely mine. So yeah, I agree with Brett.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
There's some consensus on our picks here. The third one that I'm picking is Super Mario Party. It's been ages since I've played Super Mario Party, and I think they finally, with the Switch, you've got a piece of hardware that you can actually use to get back into the co-op gaming. And this whole idea of co-op gaming in public, that's why I started this the Game Night Dallas thing in the first place, is to get people to come back out into public and hang out and not be hiding in their basements anymore. It's 2018 now.
We can be in public
a thing. And be gamers.
We can't have basements in Texas because it's too much clay. I'm just gonna throw that.
Well, in other parts of the world, there are people who live in their basement and play video games. So I'm hoping that they'll bring back the fun of the Super Mario Party stuff, and I think that could be it'd be really cool to see what they can do with it on the Switch. Nintendo generally doesn't screw up with their main intellectual property. I think that'll be a good game, and it'll be really interesting to see how that works in in an environment where you've got the Switch, where you can take it with you. So I would like to play it more out and about in places instead of just plugging it in at the house. So that's what I'm really excited for, more than some of these others, to get out of my house.
And I really can't wait to make our Nintendo Switches kiss each other when you connect them for the party games.
Okay,
they kiss.
We know what Brett likes. I guess.
So romantic.
Don't touch your Switch.
There's gonna be a kiss mini game where you have to make your Switches kiss each other.
Oh man!
Disinfect your screen.
Do you guys know if they had DLC for any of the other Mario parties?
I don't think they did.
I don't know, because I
don't think DLC was really happening back then as much as it is now.
I don't know. I feel like Nintendo really didn't have DLC until recently, because I know first DLC I heard about was the what's it called? Splatoon DLC.
Yeah,
they recently came out with. So the way they labeled this, I assume it's just going to be like obviously the way it is now, like with so many games. But then after they'll just start adding on
maps or
like why have
or whatever.
Yeah, like why have a Mario Party, Super Mario Party 2 when you can just have one and just keep adding stuff.
Yeah, and
that's like Fortnite.
That seems to be the way, just to add episodic content so you can charge for pieces of the game later because you've already developed.
Super Smash is going to be too, is having that like add-on of stuff, where you just. This is the game, and then you'll get more stuff, but you're never gonna have to buy another one ever again.
Speaking of Super Smash Ultimate, that is my final pick for my top 3 upcoming games this year. So we all love Smash. I love Smash. I haven't played it since GameCube, and man, like
that was Melee,
jumping in. Yeah, it was Melee. Like I'm dying to get my teeth on this. So happy Nintendo's brought the Switch out and it's come back in a big way.
Are you going to kiss it?
I'm going to do more than that with it. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I do not kiss my Switch. It is not that great. But yeah, I'm ready to dive into it. Like we just got Brawl, which is like a Smash clone on the Switch. Have you seen it? Brawl Out.
Yeah.
And it's fun. and then they have Brawlhalla, which is fun too, and it's better than Brawl Out, but just there's nothing that can really. Nothing feels the same.
Having those characters is what draws you to the game,
Right?
Being able to play as
Levels.
all those great intellectual property characters, and see who wins, between Mario and Kirby.
And this is one of those things that I can take anywhere, and we can anyone can jump in. We just have a freaking good time. Can't you have up to 8 players at one time? Like that is ridiculous.
Now. Yeah. How that's gonna work, I have no idea. It's gonna be nuts.
Like kissing your Switches.
Yeah, lots of kissing, lots of kissing. Super Mario Party kissing, all that good stuff.
That would be cool if you could put Switches together to expand the levels. That would be so sweet.
Well, that's what's in Super Mario Party.
Well, I know that, but like not for we haven't seen that in Ultimate.
Oh yeah, no, I doubt
that would be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. How would you do that though? Like, because it would be flat, so you'd be like trying to look at. I don't know.
No, they have the things that pop up in the back.
Oh, see, that's like link. Okay,
yeah.
I could see that. That could be a possibility. That'd be interesting.
Anyway,
so my last pick is gonna be Battlefield 5 because I'm a Battlefield fanboy and I can't get enough of it. Even though I didn't play a whole lot of Battlefield 1, I'm really pumped about this because it's going back to World War II. And they're making a bunch of changes to squads. They're making a bunch of changes to how the game interacts. You got less ammo now. You have to rely on your teammates a lot more. There's a lot of new maps. They're exploring some areas, some theaters of war that weren't really explored that much in previous World War II games. And then it's ripe for DLC to introduce. Like right now, this one's going to focus on like 3 main area. Like you're not going to ever see any Japanese Pacific Theater combat realms in this game, but I bet that means that the DLC packs they bring out later on are going to include like a Pacific Theater version or like this version or that version. But I don't know. I've heard talks of like Battle of Britain coming in there, which I played that on Battlefield 1942. That was an awesome map. I don't know how they're going to make that work, but I really hope they bring that in there. Yeah, I just got a lot of history with World War II games, and that was kind of my foray into the video game world, was playing World War II games. So
guess
really
it was
excited.
one of the greatest wars, I suppose.
It was
technology,
weird to say,
tactics. It was the epitome of warfare, I suppose, and that's why the games keep going back there.
Yep.
And you had definite bad guys.
Yeah.
Everyone hates Nazis.
You didn't have UAVs and aerial things that target stuff, and you just had sandbags and Nazis and fight the Nazis. Crazy Nazis.
Good times.
So anyway, so that's everything. That's our top 5 games of first half of 2018, and then our top 3 most anticipated picks for the second half. So let us know what your top 3 most anticipated games are. There's a ton of them we didn't mention because there's so many games coming out. Like Black Ops 4, you might be pumped about their Battle Royale. You might be really excited and stoked about Just Cause 4. Like there's a bunch of stuff coming out.
Oh man.
So let us know in the comments what you think. And with that, that's going to conclude our discussion topic this week. If there's something you want to hear us talk about, you should email us at hello@dainergamer.net, and we'll talk about it on a future podcast. We got a few in the queue that people have sent in that we'll be talking about very, very soon. In addition, don't forget to check out the video clips of this segment every Thursday at youtube.com/dainergamer. And if you go over to Patreon and donate $3 or more a month, you can get the full video of this discussion topic right in your inbox from the emails that we send out through Patreon. So you should definitely do that. Check it out. And
take it from a Patreon subscriber.
That's right. Get those right to my inbox. I don't even have to leave my computer.
Don't.
And with that, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.